Creedence does a version. The Beach Boys do a version.
Of course they do.
The Beach Boys version is fucking amazing because it's a standard song, but they Beach Boyify it and they throw some surf into it that like never was there before, but it's real magic.
It's real magic.
Yeah.
There's like, tell me about the magic part.
Beach Boys. You never knew that magic could be so real. Do you believe in magic? That's not them.
It's not. No, it's not.
Isn't that like the Birds?
Yeah, probably. I don't
The
know.
Birds.
Uh,
The bird is the word.
mm.
You're gonna be so embarrassed when Courtney Cox watches this.
I mean, I'm embarrassed all the time, every day, so that's nothing new. Do you want
Alright.
to?
Should we clap it?
Let me get my notes up first.
Yeah. Take your time. I'm sorry.
Yeah, whatever. It's fine. Stupid butthole notes. Okay, let's clap it in. Woo, 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 woo. Woo. Ooh, what's up, guys? Go ahead.
I like it. Can you do it? Want to do one?
I don't remember anything after what's up, guys.
What's up, guys? It's On Fire Tonight with Josh and Tresso. We are here today to talk about Misfits of Science, Season 1, Episode 15, The Avenging Angel. And this is your one and only warning. You've had nearly 40 years to watch this episode. We're about to spoil it. So if you haven't seen it yet, pause this episode, go watch it, come back. You're back. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
What's that
Those
from?
dreams of misfits are the best. Welcome back.
Science is over.
Science is over.
Class dismissed.
I'm going to miss this show. We're almost at the bitter end.
I am so mad that we only have one episode left because this show so fucking great to talk about. I love it so much.
Yeah, so this episode, like many of the episodes, it's not that good.
What?
It's got a lot of problems, but it's so much fucking fun.
Yeah.
And it's so silly.
This show is so fucking ridiculous. It's a parody of itself, and I love it.
I don't think that's what they were going for.
No, not at all, but it is.
But it is.
We have pro wrestling in this one, and the big time best villainous wrestler of all the world is Bates Motel.
He has over 300 undefeated matches in a row, and this character doesn't dress like you might expect someone named Bates Motel to dress.
I think he dresses exactly like I would expect.
To my eye,
he
looks like he's dressed like a combination pilgrim and a British judge.
You don't get the reference? Is that what you're saying? Because he is dressed like Bates' mom from Psycho.
Well, I get that he's wearing a lady's gray wig and an old-timey garment. But that old-timey garment, is that what she was wearing?
Yeah, pretty much. Super oldie-timey that doesn't really match up with when she was wearing it. Unless she died in like 1900 and she's been sitting in that rocking chair forever.
Yeah, the implication in Psycho is that Norman Bates has been molesting his mother's corpse for a long, long time.
Let's just talk about this.
Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen that movie that's 60 years old.
That's on you. But also, it was just a weird choice all around. Bates Motel, and you're going to dress up like the mom. Not like Norman Bates, not Norman Bates dressed like his mom, but just...
Not like a mid-century motel style motor court.
It could be like one of those keys, one of those big keychains that you get with every motel. So many choices, and you go with a grandma. Mom, what? You know what? I love it.
So this is like mid 80s when wrestling was the king of the world.
Uh-huh.
Like, you had huge crossover fandoms between comic books and professional wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a show that's trying to play to all of that all at once. It doesn't do the best job of it, but there's a lot of love. There's a lot of love.
Yeah. They tried. They understood the assignment. They just didn't do well with it.
Right. Like, if I were doing my absolute best, maybe I would do this well.
Yeah, maybe. We have a super fan.
Milt.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually, it turns out we have a lot of super fans in the lab that we didn't even know were super fans. Elle is listening on the radio. Who's listening on the radio to wrestling? That's just fucking great.
Is that something that ever happened? Because I don't know anything
Not
about...
that I'm aware of.
Okay. I don't understand how people listen to baseball either, so I don't know how any of that works.
I know that some people prefer to listen to baseball. And even like if they go to a live game, they want to hear the plays on the radio.
That's weird. I don't get that.
Well, I mean, it's not for me, so I can't really speak to it.
Yeah, it's not for me either. But I'll speak to it. Fuck those guys.
So Elle's a super fan. Johnny B is a super fan, and he takes Glow.
Uh-huh. He knows all about all of it, and he always hangs out with the popcorn concession guys all the time.
Oh, are you talking about Nate and Hattie, the old couple that own a mom and pop hot dog stand inside the arena? It's not just that like a business has a concession stand. It's a mom and pop owned hot dog stand.
They are literally a mom and pop.
They're like two 70-year-olds who've been getting like terrorized by the sweater wearing mafia that pay off the bad cops. There's the good cops, the bad cops, and the sweater mafia.
I mean, ACAB, but yeah.
Right.
We got Rutger Hauer, or rather not Rutger Hauer, teaming up and like telling all of the bad guys what to do.
Yeah, he makes the payoffs. He reports to Mr. Rogers, who is the name of the mafia don. That
was a weird choice.
He just sits in the back of a regular car eating donuts and chatting about Rutger Hauer's mom. How's her doing? I hope she's all right. Give her my love. And he's like sort of a sweetheart of a guy.
Yeah, no, he seems great. I'd hang out with him.
Yeah, he seems, I mean, he's also like a leader of a violent criminal organization.
Hey, who isn't?
So Johnny B seems to really like know what's up in the underworld and speak the lingo. And he also is amazingly good at doing like incredibly fast research.
You know what? He grew up on the streets. So
that's right. He watched a payoff happen to some cops. They drive away. And then a couple of other guys who were like wearing suits. They just take tire irons and smash a store window.
Oh, no, it wasn't any store. It was the glass store window. You know, that glass store that everyone frequents all the time? The glass store. The fuck is a glass store?
A glazer. You get like windows or like a mirror. Or maybe you get like really fine glass works, some crystals.
Okay.
I don't know.
If you say so. Glass store. They said glass store so many times. I was like, what the fuck is a glass store?
But like, okay, so Johnny B is like, oh, those cops got juiced.
Johnny B, settle down. We don't understand your lingo.
And so like Johnny B kind of goes like one-man vigilante squad where he's like trying to figure out who the payoff guy reports to. And he finds out that it's this guy Rogers. And then unseen to us, he just researches all of the buildings owned by Rogers.
Yeah, where did he go to City Hall? Is he at the library?
Yeah, let's say he goes to City Hall. Apparently, he's not just a speed runner, he's a speed reader. Because like, I don't think they have like things organized by owner. I think they have them organized by
address.
Building. Yeah, by address, exactly. So
he's very fast.
And also, don't like mafia guys like put stuff in not their own name?
Why would they do that? That's crazy.
No, for like ever since Al Capone got taken down for tax fraud.
They're like, oh, let's not do that. All of this is happening whilst Milt, the superfan, thinks that he has some sort of fighting superpowers because his superpower is to run and jump on bad guys. And the first time he did it, Glow knocked the bad guys to the wall. And he's like, whoa, can you believe that happened? No, I can't. That makes no sense.
And because he's a super fan, he had like snuck into the back room and just put on a random costume. So he's dressed like a professional wrestler / superhero.
Question.
Yeah.
That costume was hanging up in a dressing room. Was nobody ever using that costume before? And he was just like, I'm going to put this costume on. I'm going to bow in front of the mirror a few times. It's going to be great.
Yeah. It seems like a strange choice to share spandex with anyone.
Gross.
Let's say that this has never been worn before. These are the test models for possible future characters.
We're thick wrestlers.
Thick wrestlers. Milt was dummy thick.
Yeah, well, you see that ass?
Take a chomp. Chomp.
Yeah.
Every time someone said the name Milt, it sounded to me like they were saying MILF.
It didn't. You just thought that.
Which stands for Milt, I'd like to fuck.
Obviously. So he's really proud of himself. He's like, I totally knocked those guys out by jumping on the floor. I'm great. I'm going to be a vigilante now. And I'm
again, this show is an exploration of once again, this show is an exploration of male self-confidence.
And fucking catering to it and making sure he never gets his feelings hurt.
Right. It's misplaced self-confidence.
Yeah. Just like the fucking spy.
Just like the spy, although not the fly.
Mm-hmm.
His self-confidence was being undermined, but it was not valid.
What's the fly?
So the fly is the name of the guy, the basketball player that everyone thought was a jinx.
Oh, that's right.
And he's really down on himself because the fans have turned on him because they think that he's the bad luck charm.
Mm-hmm. But he's not.
Those other guys were throwing the games.
it had nothing to do with magic or science. It's just a bunch of assholes.
Yep.
So we have to cater to this poor man's whims because we don't want him to have a bad day. But Glow is like, I can't tell him. He would be so sad. And
I mean,
everyone's
I'm
like,
kind of on her side. Like, it really would break his heart. Although it's weird how, like, bursting with confidence he is. And he's like, I'm not listening to any of that nonsense. I am a superhero. I put an ad in the paper.
555 help. I mean, HELP. I thought
People
that's one of
called
the
to be
stories.
like, there's like kids snatching purses in the park and he runs off. Like, he's going to get there in time. If that were
Okay,
even true.
okay, you're with Glow. I'm with everybody else because he's going to get himself murdered trying to
No, I
save
mean,
people.
Tressa, I'm on your side and I'm on their side also.
Okay.
But it does seem like, when we see him walking down the street and a girl's like, oh my God, it's you. And you're even cuter in person. And he's like, I lived in this neighborhood for 12 years and nobody never said hello like that before.
A typical LA accent. Yeah.
I mean, I think he's meant to be developmentally disabled.
Right.
I don't think he's meant to be, well, maybe not developmentally disabled. I don't think he's meant to have a high IQ.
All right.
He is not characterized as
Are you saying that everyone that's native to the New York area sounds like they have a low IQ? Is that what you're saying?
I live in New York, so yes.
All right. So I was wondering.
Do you think that's meant to be a New York accent?
It sounds like it to me.
It sounds like a bad parody of a New York accent.
Yeah, that yes.
Like
Yes, that.
I don't know what the direction was on this, but I love Milt. He's a heartwarming character.
Yeah. He apparently after wearing that whole outfit once, he had to go and get it cleaned at the cleaners.
Uh-huh. And the cleaners are like, hey,
Uh-huh. I'd love to see you in that.
I'd love to see you in that suit.
Creep, dude.
What?
How about slow your roll? Here's my number. Give me a call. We'll talk. I'm not going to get dressed for you. Come on. So he does it. And he's like, oh, I hear breaking glass at the glass store. I better go save these guys. And runs and jumps on the bad guys and just like literally jumps on top of these two bad guys. But Glow is there and she's like, do, 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 with her magic or whatever. What the fuck did she do? He just landed on them. What the fuck was that? Why is she taking credit for that? That's some bullshit.
Right. Yes, it is. Also, like, why is Billy Hayes always telling Glow that she shouldn't just use her powers for any old thing?
What? Yeah.
Like,
go nuts, Glow.
First of all, why are you trying to hold her back and make can be? And second of all, who the fuck do you think you are telling anyone what they should or shouldn't do?
Right? You have a shitload of bad choices that you're working on right now, Billy.
Billy.
And also, ew. He's right back into my like ew list. Telling Glow that she smells good. Ew.
Dude, what the fuck?
Dude. And she's like, I'm underage. Thank you for reminding everyone, Glow.
Yeah, and his comment is, I don't think that there's such a thing as statutory smelling, which is kind of a funny line.
Yes. But it was actually, I don't think the punishment would be so bad or something like that. Like, I'll go to jail for just let me smell you. Gross, dude.
Yeah, it's unexpected. I don't know, man. It's a sour note for me. It's a sour note for me. Like, we don't need that.
Nope. But we got to have a little bit of that Billy. Come on, Billy, give us a gross, nasty Billy. Sorry,
But we've never seen him, like he's never been like, Gloria, you smell nice, or anything like
No.
that ever before.
No, he's never been gross to Glow. That's Johnny's job.
It only when I feel like the direction on what Johnny's supposed to do is like nobody wrote it down and they're like, okay, so he's not a creep. Oh, he is a creep, or it doesn't matter if he's a creep. What's his deal?
Where are we going in the story? Do we need him to be a creep, or is he going to be cool this time? Is he going to be chivalrous or kind of gross?
Also, it wasn't he living in isolation in the desert for years? Like, how does he so close with this mom and pop hot dog stand?
He would come out of hiding every few months to go see wrestling and get some popcorn and hot dogs.
How did he go to wrestling and never have like beer or soda spilled on him?
I don't know.
Also, is he able to drink beverages?
That's a good question. How does he stay hydrated?
I'm very worried about his health.
Yes.
Okay, we can assume he does not moisturize. We can assume that like anything happening on the outside of his body with moisture is a danger to him.
Does that mean he's never showered?
I guess so. Jesus Christ.
He's even worse than I thought. How do people stand to be around him?
Maybe it just electrostatics off.
Like a sonic shower in Star Trek.
Like there's no opportunity for bacteria to grow because it just gets electrocuted.
It just burns off.
Yeah. But he would probably always smell a little bit like smoke or ash or something.
Oh, yeah, he would.
Or maybe he would have that ozone smell like the back of an old TV.
Oh, yeah. Can he touch people? Yeah, he can touch people.
He can touch people.
How deep does the electricity go?
How deep?
I really want popcorn now.
You can have popcorn.
I don't think I have.
Go make popcorn. I'll wait.
I don't have any. I just ate the rest of it last week.
Oh, shit.
I know. It's sad.
Do you always make it one way, or do you have like a variety of ways you make it?
Well, if I don't want to actually make it, I'll get home style microwave. Otherwise, I'll make it on the stovetop and it's delightful.
But I mean, like, do you do like a sweet version, a savory version?
No, I just want salt and butter. I don't need the extras.
All right. Do you think that buttery popcorn would be dangerous to him?
I think it would be extremely dangerous, more dangerous than water. That's like, right? Like add electricity to oil.
Yeah, that's like napalm.
Right?
Right? Like buttered popcorn would be the most dangerous thing in the world to him.
Yeah.
Side note, do you know the Supreme song, Buttered Popcorn?
I don't know that I do.
It is obscene.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Listen for it at the end of the episode.
What?
I said, listeners, listen to it for the end. Listen for it at, see, I said it before. Listen for it at the end of the episode.
Draw your own conclusions, my people. Josh heads, write in and tell us what you think. Tell us if you think Diana Ross is talking about her boyfriend eating real buttered popcorn, or maybe that is a metaphor.
For what, Josh?
I'm going to let our viewers draw their own conclusions. I'm going to let our listeners draw their own conclusions. I'm going to let our loyal fans, our letterheads, our super fans, and our longtime listeners. Shout out to my Josh heads. You guys draw your own conclusions. What were the Supremes singing about?
Hey, Josh, did you know that in 1999, Rutger Hauer was named by the Dutch public as the best Dutch actor of the century?
Holy shit. Name one other Dutch actor.
I don't. I can't.
Well, there's Johannes van der Kloof.
Oh, he was great. Too soon. He died too soon.
There's Charles the Hague.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's the little Dutch boy.
Oh, great work.
There's the Flying Dutchman.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Oh, and of course, Ronald Reagan himself, Dutch.
Oh, why didn't he win? Because he sucks.
All right, so yada yada yada. Milt gets a wrestling match.
Wait. I just wanna I have to lay out this line that the cop, the crooked cop tells the couple at the hot dog stand.
Uh-huh.
He's like, shaking them down, and he's like, all right, the only steam I want to see around here is in your bun warmer. Are you always looking in my bun warmer, dude? Gross.
Wait, is steam slang for something else?
Well, like, I don't know. Like,
What does that mean?
I think that he was just, I don't know. Like, they were talking shit, and they were like, the cop was saying something like, don't talk shit, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, there was a lot of quasi slang in this episode, and I think that like nobody bothered to like do a realness check on any of it.
Nah, it sounds real. It's fine. Like, Paul F. Tompkins has a bit about Go Ask Alice, the book.
Oh, that was like clearly written by a priest.
Clearly written by a bunch of old white men, and they had to like come up with all this slang for doing acid and stuff. It's great.
I haven't heard Paul F. Tompkins' bit, but I mean, it's fucking nonsense, that book. Like, even as a kid reading that as a cautionary tale, I was like, this does not pass the bullshit meter. Like, I don't know anything about the world, but I know this is not real.
Yep. I had him sign a copy of a VHS copy of that movie that I found. It's delightful. I love it.
Wait, what?
I had Paul F. Tompkins sign a copy of the VHS movie that I got at a thrift store.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, I love him. Anyway, old white guys writing slang. Am I right? Oh, also, speaking of old white dudes, why do all old white dudes in the 80s say Cyndi Lauper? It's not Cyndi Lauper, is it? It's Cyndi Lauper, right?
I mean, I've always heard and said Lauper. Yeah.
Because she's in the crowd.
Right. She gets name checked.
Well, yeah, she gets named. She's not really in the crowd, but
yeah, we don't get any shots of Cyndi Lauper or Cyndi Lauper.
Oh, that's how they got around it. They just mispronounced it.
Right. It wasn't the musician. It was a famous macrame artist, Cyndi Lauper.
That's right.
She was sitting next to a live action role player, Cyndi Lauper.
Nice, dude.
All right. So at one point, Billy and Glow go to Milt's apartment to try to break the news for like the 30th time. Yeah. And they even get the information out, and Milt is like, oh, that's just nonsense. I'm not listening to any of that. And it's like, are the Misfits of Science famous or not? Because this guy's even wearing a jacket that says Misfits of Science. And in episode 1, the entire world was cheering as they stopped that neutron ray.
That was not episode 1.
Yeah.
Episode 1 was the freezing one.
No, there was a freezing guy and a neutron ray.
I don't think it was the same episode because they had
No, there was a guy named Beef who was frozen.
yeah, beef.
And there was a like
Wonder Year's dad was a scientist.
yeah, Wonder Year's dad was a scientist. The army had commissioned a neutron ray that could like level an entire mountain.
Yeah.
And
I just remember when we were talking.
The Misfits somehow throw a helmet that blows up a helicopter, and then they slow motion jump up and down. So obviously
all the tropes.
The killing that they did to save the world was all good.
I feel like, hold on, I'm looking at the maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. I thought that we were talking later about how, so these guys are famous. How come nobody in the previous episodes were attacking them for autographs like they were in this episode? Anyway, cut all that bullshit. Yeah. Yeah, no, I was thinking that the entire time. I was like, Glow and Johnny B are in this huge wrestling crowd, and if anyone's going to recognize famous weirdos, it's going to be wrestling fans. And
totally,
nobody was like
100%.
Yeah. And then every time she's around and something weird happens, no one even, except for the weird mob guy. He's like, I don't know who that chick is, but she's got something to do with what this guy's doing. Why would you assume that?
Yeah, every now and then, someone who's just a casual observer, in this case, the mafia guy, and in a previous episode, some like security guards that watch through security cameras from the 80s, which are famously fuzzy and worthless.
Absolutely. But they know everything.
They were able to draw that conclusion somehow. Anyway, in this one, the mafia guys who are like, oh yeah, that girl has something to do with this. They knock out her and Billy, but they don't want anything from them. They're just going to like keep them tied up with their eyes taped shut until like Milt gets beaten up in the ring. The whole point is just for Milt to get beaten up in the ring so that he gets discouraged and stops being a hero. But they don't want to do anything to the actual girl with power, nor do they want to exploit her power for their own good.
No, or even figure out exactly what it is.
Yeah. And when like a mafia guy comes in and they're like tied up with their eyes taped shut, he's like, don't worry, guys, I'm going to let both of you go as soon as he's done getting beaten up. And he's like very nice about it.
Yeah, he was.
He's extremely polite and cordial.
I was like, what's his deal? Is he, it seems fake that he's being so nice. No, he's just a nice guy.
Yeah. Turns out like this is the nicest mafia. I mean, they do bad things, but they are polite.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's more important. Treat your fellow human with respect.
Way to go.
Yeah, and they escape and jump into a van. And then this was a weird chain of events that happened. They escape this theater, untape their eyes. The tape on the eyes is weird. And then
they have to do that. Otherwise, Gloria would be able to use her powers that they don't understand or really know about.
They couldn't use like handkerchief blindfolds. Like
they used gaff tape.
Ugh.
They used gaff tape because like they're on a film set. So that's what they have.
No more eyelashes for you, assholes. And the way they like get out the front door, it's padlocked, there's chains, and Billy just kind of like ruffles with it for a second, and then the padlock's gone and it's fine, and they run out the door and they jump in a van, and then Johnny B runs to the rescue super fast.
Because he had done research on all of the buildings owned by Rogers.
And he knew exactly which one they would be at
Yeah,
that
he doesn't
point.
have a first name for Rogers.
No, no.
He just gets there right in the nick of time. He
Yeah.
throws a lightning bolt at that very polite mafia guy who's now firing a gun at our heroes.
Probably dead now. He starts the van with a lightning bolt because that's how you start vans, I guess. You
It seems
guys.
reasonable.
Does it? I don't know how cars work. I don't know.
Science. That's how they work.
Got it.
All right, so they get to the arena. Milt and Bates Motel are in a fight for their lives. Glow arrives in time to like make a cop knock himself out with his own gun.
Yeah, why are you hitting yourself, dickhead?
Milt goes nuts. But Bates Motel is not going to go down like that. He pulls out like a locker key and
yeah, he's gonna
gouge Milt's eyeball out, it looks like.
Yeah, all right. I wasn't sure what he was doing with that.
So Glow throws him. Milt sees that Glow really did that, acknowledges her, but then goes and finishes Bates Motel all on his own.
Yeah, he's a hero.
And then he tears off his mask. He tears off his mask.
Oh my God, it's Milt the whole time? I had no idea.
No, what's nice about this is that he doesn't have to hide behind a mask. He can be himself.
That's nice.
He once again gestures to Gloria like, you made this happen.
Oh, look, the cops are here to arrest Mr. Rogers. No investigation needed. We're just going to arrest you in public. I don't understand why they were arrested. That was weird.
Well, before the cops even get there, Billy and Johnny B just like block Mr. Rogers' path. And they're like, hey, you're not getting out of here that easy.
They were so confident and like, we're the smart guys and you're dickheads and we're going to get you now.
Oh, we didn't even talk about Billy's wrestling dream where he plays the Chicken Man and everyone's in it.
Yeah.
It's like maybe the most interesting thing that happens in the entire episode.
See, I watched it twice, once without really looking at it. And then I was like, I should probably look at it. So I watched it again and I totally fast forwarded over that scene. I did not care. It was stupid.
It was just them having fun. Like Miss Nance is the referee.
Uh-huh.
Max Wright is the announcer, which is wonderful.
In a great wig.
Right? Gloria and Johnny B have sort of like Elvis type, America type outfits on.
Of course.
They're sort of
Johnny
like, they're
B.
sort of both dressed like Evel Knievel.
Nice.
Oh, and I don't even think we've talked about the fact that among all of the fans of wrestling, Miss Nance was reading a wrestling magazine.
I mean, if anyone in the show is going to love wrestling, it's going to be Miss Nance. And she's got a St. Bernard who wears the same bow as her in every scene.
Right? Like, why don't we have more exploration of that? They're matching bows.
I love it. I didn't even know she had a dog. Love it.
No. Well, I think that dog might not be hers, but like a test subject, because I think that there were like a lot of dogs being not put to sleep, but they were like, they were sleeping as part of a sleep study on dog.
Yeah.
Not like it wasn't explained.
Dogs.
It wasn't explained.
No. But that's like the B story is dogs are sleeping in the lab.
Right, except for the one that's peeing on Max Wright.
Always funny.
Oh, we got a return of that psychic woman at the end.
Oh yeah, third time.
I don't know why she doesn't have her own series at this point. Spinoff.
I'm saying.
Be like the woman who says things before you say them.
Yeah.
That's mostly what her power consists of.
Yeah, that and knowing what cards you're holding and
And knowing
photos.
not to get an elevator number 2. Oh no,
No.
Stetmeyer.
Oh, I was trying to warn you, but you kept walking and I was just saying no. Hmm.
All right, so it's gonna break my heart when we get to that final episode.
I
Oh,
can't. I can't. I'm already upset about it.
I know.
It's going to be like the worst of the entire worse than the clip show, and it's going to be heartbreaking.
Well, don't worry, loyal listeners. We will be brave. We will watch it. We will talk about it. We are here for you.
We will reboot it with all new characters, same universe, all grown up. It's going to be great.
Hey,
Right,
don't let
Josh?
everyone know our plans.
Forget I said anything, listeners. So until next time, we'll see you on the I'm sorry, I tried. I was almost there. Go ahead, Josh. Go ahead.
Guys, unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this episode. Thanks so much for joining us. We've been on fire tonight with Josh and Tressa.